What if he comes up here, he unlocks the door, he comes into the bathroom, he pulls back the shower curtain, he sees me in the shower with my tiny little wet ass dick, and then he goes on stage and he's like, hey, this guy's got a wet little tiny ass dick. I recently did a weekend opening for another comedian at a casino, which is not the ideal setting for my comedy. This casino in particular, you can smoke inside, no one comes to the shows. It feels like you're in the Shining hotel. First night, I'm talking about articles with mind-blowing sex tips. They always have a headline that's like, make your lady's clit explode. The comedian after me, the headliner, goes on, and he's really fixated on that line, clit explode. The punchline I have, I mean sarcastically, but he chose to take it literally. And so he referenced my joke probably about 30 times throughout the night. Every time he references me, everyone turns and they're looking at me and I just have to pretend that I'm really enjoying this. Ma'am, has your clit ever exploded? He's like high-fiving audience members, you know? I'm furious. I'm just, in my head, I'm like, why don't you do your own fucking material, you piece of shit, and leave me alone. But I don't say anything, you know? I'm like, oh man, great job. It's a pleasure working with you. Can't wait to do it again. That night I go to sleep, wake up the next day, still angry. I'm shocked that I'm still angry. I go to the gym to like blow off some steam. Yeah, that's what I like to do normally. I haven't been to the gym for a little while, you know, like a couple months or like 3 years or whatever. And so I have to start with really light weights. And then I'm thinking like, oh man, what if that guy comes in here and he sees me lifting his little ass weights, and then he goes on stage and he's like, oh man, you should have seen these guys lifting these tiny ass weights. You know, my mind is just spinning out in these rage fantasies. I go back to my room, kill time. I'm in the shower. My mind spins out yet again. I'm thinking, what if he goes to the front desk and he tells them that he's friends with me, and he's like, hey, can I get a key to that guy's room? We know each other. We're working together. And they give him a key card to my room. He comes up here, he unlocks the door, he comes into the bathroom, he pulls back the shower curtain, he sees me in the shower with my tiny little wet ass dick, and then he goes on stage and he's like, hey, this guy's got a wet little tiny ass dick, you know? I'm like, you know what? If he did that, you know what I would do? You know what I would do? I would sue the hotel, because what right do they have to give him a key to my room? How do they know that we're friends? Because we're not, by the way. And then I finally catch myself and I'm like, what is happening? My life is being ruined by this weekend. Last two shows of the weekend. First show of the night, it's going okay at first, but 9 of the oldest people I've ever seen in my entire life are sitting immediately in front of the stage with a light directly on them and no one else. Shockingly, they're not fans of the kind of comedy that I do. I have basically the worst set I've ever had in my life. The guy after me goes on and he opens the set by saying, as a comedian, there's nothing better than seeing another comedian eat shit on stage. I would be hurt by that, but it's true. So I gave him that one. In between the two shows, he comes up to me, he's like, honestly, you're really funny, you know, I really like your material. I just want to give you a little tip. You know, maybe when you go on stage, instead of going directly into material, you could open, maybe do like a little bit of conversational stuff, make it seem like you're riffing, you know, and then go into your material. This is advice that I didn't necessarily need. I do that sometimes. I just happen to not do it on this show. But I thought, you know, what am I gonna do? Not take his advice and then eat shit again on the last show? Like, I'll do it just to, I don't know why, because I'm weak. Anyway, so last show of the weekend, I go up, I open pretending to be, you know, like, oh, where are you guys from? Anyway, about me. So I have a better set, and then at the end of my set, I do all this really filthy material that I haven't been doing the rest of the weekend. And I have a really good set. And when he comes on stage, he's like beaming with pride. He sort of feels this paternal thing where it's like, because of the advice that he gave me and because I took his advice, it unlocked this thing in me where I can access this filthy material that I never even thought of before. And so he goes on stage, and the first thing he says when he goes on stage, he's like, you guys think you fuck? Chris fucks. His dick is so big, sperm die on the way out of the motherfucker, okay? So I guess the moral of the story is, if you're out there, you know, maybe you're a teen, you're being bullied, or your coworkers are harassing you, the way to get people's respect is to let them know that you've had sex. I have.